may I ask you, do you ever see in your coffee pot? Oh yeah, we just replaced our coffee pot too. Now, I've got the problem. I've got it. I got hard water, it's scales coming in there. Now I have to go to what list of questions? Implication. Implication questions. Implication is essentially, just like I was pushing on Mr. McKinney's shoulder, now this is problem, this is implication. Okay, I'm going to push hard. I'm going to make them uncomfortable. I'm going to say, may I ask, how much does a water heater cost today? Well, we paid, we know how much that cost. We paid $800. $800? Wow. Implication, this is, what if you don't take action on that problem? What's the implication? So you've got to paint the picture. You got to say, $800. Did that come right out of your family budget? Well, yeah. That sounds like an awful lot of money. That wouldn't have caused you not to go on vacation or anything, or to postpone something really important, would it? Well, no, but it was really upsetting. Really? That's our best question. Really? Well, yes, and my husband and I had a big argument. Oh, shoot, big argument. Tell me more. Well, yes, I told him he should have drained the darn thing, and he wouldn't drain it. Well, help me understand draining. Why would you want to drain it? Well, that stuff collects at the bottom. Really, so $800. So if you could have eliminated that, then that would have saved you $800 and maybe let it last 7 or 8 years? Yeah. Now, I just went to the next one. I did the need payoff. Too soon. When you're in the implication question, you push and you push until the person's starting to get, yeah, that's right, that was a lot of money. When that pain cycle goes up, then you relieve the pain cycle with need payoff. If I could show you a way that would eliminate a water heater ever failing because of your hard water, could I spend a couple minutes explaining how we might be able to do that? That's the transition to need payoff. This is what, I know I got a problem. Now in the customer's mind, I've made this implicit issue explicit. I've taken this, yeah, we spent $800 and I've already forgotten about that because we had this big fight over it. I'm bringing that up right now, putting it back into reality so they have to think about it. And then I'm going to say, never have that a problem again. Would you be interested in that? Now, have I ever mentioned Culligan? No. You never mention the product until you can identify that you have a real need that you can satisfy. This is the essence of what's in spin selling. And this is the process that this is the first introduction to it. I'll want you to apply spin over and over and over and over. This is where the money's made. It's not made in making presentations. It's not made in closing. You make the sale by identifying real needs. Questions? So we got half out. Why don't we do SNP? Okay. All right. So now, again, this is not, if you haven't had my 325 class, this is Greek. But this is the presentation system that Jim Singleton taught me a long time ago. It's the one that works. Have any of you built a SNP since you took the course? You ever used, who's used SNP? Anyone? We haven't taken my course yet. With George?
Chriselle.
Oh, with Chriselle?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Lesson method, discipline and everything.
Okay. Good, so you did use it. Cool. Well, here's what happens. After you build trust and you go through the spin process to identify needs, then you transition into your presentation. And you do it with SNP. Let's talk about SNP here. I didn't put this, oh yes I did, it's in your syllabus. If you do not have an account with snipwku.com, then you can go on and open up an account there and walk through the SNP process. I'll explain it to you right here, but you won't really understand it until you go step by step through the process.
So it's snipwku.com. That's all one.
Yep, www.snipwku.com. It says not registered, you click there, you give your name, email address, password, it asks for verification by email, and you're in.
No, she answered my question.
What if you forgot your password and all that
It
stuff?
is, let's see, did they email you your password? No, don't have that function. But if you go in, open up a new account.
Just open up a new one?
Yeah. You may have to do it with another email address. I can't remember if that's a restriction. I don't think it is.
Okay.
So, the singleton process is built on this. That way too many sales presentations begin with the person talking about their products. Ms. Heschner, probably guilty of that in Best Buy. That is blah 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 blah. And the customer's hearing, and then you see Mars Attack. See Mars Attack? Yeah. They say it's not yak. What do they say? It's the Mars language. I think it's yak 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 yak. That's what customers hear because they don't care about the product. All they care about are benefits to them. So the basis of the SNP process says, identify first what the needs are. We should do it online. Because I can do this in 20 minutes. In snipwku.com, it walks you through this process step by step by step by step. You can't miss it. So as you build your SNP presentation, even if you don't remember this process that I go through, the online wizard forces you to answer each question. And especially high Ds in here who want to just go through it quick to get to the end. What they've said to me over and over is, thank you for the process, because if I just follow this process, brand new ideas will emerge I never would have thought about had I not gone through step by step through the process. Mrs. Heschner, would you cut the first lights on this side, please? Oh no, keep the ones, yeah, that's good. I'll lose everybody for that. registered, right here, that's where you click.
Oh, it has a forgot password.
It does have forgot password. Very good. Oh, sometimes you have to tell it to recognize pop-ups. Here. Let's take this one. Now, just so you know the nomenclature here. Well, first of all, this is a program that the Gordon Ford College of Business and the Center for Professional Selling both donated $5,000 to build. So it's Western's program. So you guys own it. You can use it from this point forward. It's free. This is edit. This is take it to PowerPoint. You see it download PowerPoint. This is to print it. That's to delete it. Now this is not an app, and it's not as slick as it should be, but it's eminently useful. So let's go back. Go back to the beginning. So what do you always know when you start a presentation? You're going to plan one. No. What your idea is, right? And you know who you're going to present to. So that's what you start with. And then you always know what you want the person or the audience, what action you want them to take, and by when. So that's where you start. So what do you want the listener to do? In this particular example, it was to write me a check for $1,000. By when, and there's the date. So all you do here is fill in the blanks. Step 2. Okay. This is actually step 2. Now, the first part of the signature process says identify the needs that this person or this group has that will be fulfilled by my idea. So this one is, the need is they want me to get a high quality education. They want to get me off the payroll. They want me to have a new life experience. They love me. This is parents, $1,000 from parents to do something, which was
study abroad.
Was a study, let's say study abroad, just for the sake of example. So all you have to do, in this one, if you have another need, you say, go to I didn't spell it right. Go to Australia, it'll add to it. So at every step, this is an individual brainstorming exercise. So you don't leave this step until you've thought through what are all the needs that are going to be fulfilled. And once you identify all those needs, then you say to yourself, if these needs are fulfilled, what benefits will accrue to my listener, to my customer? Then you write down all the benefits. They'll have an opportunity to visit me in Europe. They won't have to worry about me. They're free to do what they want. Now, if some of these sound nonsensical, it doesn't matter. This is a brainstorming exercise. You just go right on down. This, this, this. If you can't think of any more, step back a second and say, no, wait a minute, what other benefits? Because here, it's understanding needs and identifying benefits are the key to the presentation. If you don't get this right, the buyer says, haven't gotten to me. Now you say to yourself, what's the primary benefit? The number one benefit. So you say, it is bragging rights in my town and to their friends, and the number one need is get me off the payroll. Click on both those. Out comes your SNP. Your SNP is number one benefit becomes the subject. And you start your presentation with the benefit. I'm here today, Mom and Dad, to make sure that I get the high quality education that you've always wanted me to get. It has to be a benefit. If it's not a benefit, they won't listen. They'll say, oh. And the need is to get me off the payroll. I know you want to get me off the payroll, right? Yeah, we're going to get you off the payroll. Then, my idea is, give me $1,000 to do this. That's the idea. And if you do that, you're going to have an opportunity to visit me in Europe. It's $1,000 to go to Europe. And these are all the benefits that are going to accrue. So the initial 30 to 45 seconds of every presentation is always subject, need, idea, benefit. That's the SNP process. Now what we're not going to go over here, which I want you to do at the SNP website, is then to construct the proof statements. Because once you begin with your SNP, subject, need, idea, benefit, all you've done is you've heightened the awareness of the person that there's something coming to them. And what they always say at the end of your SNP is, no, they don't say yes. What's in it for me? They say, prove it. And so you're going to now construct your arguments here for the proof statements. And that's what follows step by step by step. Ms. Heschner, would you turn our lights on here? And I'll get this guy off. So we have briefly gone over the two of the basic principles that I taught in my 325 that are taught somewhat in the other 325 sessions. But you'll want to use these as you build your presentations. Questions? Next session, I want you to bring your new profiles. Now, a couple of you have old profiles. I'm sorry? But your profile from last semester, you're okay. Mr. Marley, you need to do a new one. So write down this website. If you have not, see for you and for you, look, and for you. Ms. Dykes, you haven't done a new profile either. You haven't.
Were we supposed to not do it if we
No.
had an old one?
No, I wanted you to do a new one.
Okay.
So we changed.
If you have one from last semester, it's recent enough. If it's over a year, you might do a new one. It is www.ttisurvey.com. And the password is 161130DXR.
Did you say D? 3D? 30.
161130
Zero.
DXR. thing I didn't go over.
Should we be reading that already?
Yeah.
The schedule? Is there, since I have to wait for mine to be mailed, can I maybe borrow your short term until I
When
can
do we
find
start
out,
our
please?
presentations? Starting next week. I have 3 or 4 copies. If some of you want one, just follow me down and you have one coming.
Yeah, but it's through Amazon, so it could take up to a week or a week and a half.
The other thing is, on Google Books,
This one.
it's on there, but not the whole thing. I think it has, the first couple chapters are up on Google Books. You might be able to catch it there.
Did you say anything about giving us quizzes this semester, like after chapter presentations or anything like that?
Nope,
No.
that's a 325 issue. But you should know how you're going to be graded, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. And we're done. We got, oh yeah, got 5 minutes. Okay, turn to page 4. Grading structure. Chapter presentations, 20 points each, 3 per student. How to sew your way through life action plan. That's after the completion of the chapter. Mock-up SNB is 20 points. The audience SNB, 6 minutes apiece, is 60 points. The shadowing exercise report is 30. This is the one where you describe, and it's in detail, it's all identified in your syllabus as to how I want that presentation done. Then your shadowing exercise presentation is 60 points. 2 sales plans, 1 at 20 points apiece. Your first sales presentation in here, the B2B, the B2C is 60 points, and the B2C is 60, the B2B is 100. Then I have 29 class participation points. And after every class, the first way you get a point is by being here. You get 1 point. Now, you could get 1 point. If you sit there like a bump on the log and you don't provide any input and I ask you a question and you won't participate, you get a 0. Then at the end of the semester, I've got contribution points I will assess. I have 21 points that I'll apply. It says after the final, except, oh shoot, there's no final. So after the final project, I'll assess the last 21 points. And it's simply on a 90, 80, 70, 60 scale for my grading, A, B, C, D. You get extra credit. That can amount to, the book is 5 to 15 points, and you've got 1 book, has to be done by Wednesday, April 11th. Oh, Jim Fiorini's blog. We haven't talked about that, have we? Fiorini? Okay. Great B2B, a Haas. A real business-to-business pro. You've got a book that's up online that I've hyperlinked right here. You can read the book, and then for extra credit. Then if you go into his blogs and you read his blogs, and you want to make a presentation, one time make a presentation about an idea that Jim has, I'll give you the floor for 6 minutes for a SNB. You deliver the presentation, you've got 25 points to the good, 25 points to the bad. This is an opportunity for you to get points or lose points. And it's based upon the quality of your presentation. Those have to be done by Wednesday, April 11th. Questions? Bring your profiles on Wednesday, Mr. Kenny.
I was going to ask if you guys know
Yes.
We're going to it. We were like going back out there. Well, they didn't really have that much steps. The third doesn't matter, but 24th don't matter, the bright. The 3rd, the 8th, the 8th, the 13th.
I said,
if you're on team two,
On a day you might have a presentation.
Really?
yeah, because they're
We'll have one class tomorrow.
and the grades evaluation.
22nd and
Just tell me the
27th.
dates. Oh, every Monday?
Every Monday, they have it from 4:30 to
Yeah,
5:30,
basically,
so I'm
you're
leaving,
for your.
and they scheduled it late, and I said, no way I can.
And she said we didn't have to go to, I mean, we already talked about we didn't have to go to every single thing, but
It's a paper that you meet with someone.
it's the other presentations from team two.
Or Matt, I'll catch you, man.
Communicated with her that.
We told her we couldn't do that many things. This is way more than I even thought she was gonna have.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you.
I don't put my dish report from the line.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different days.
You again.
Nashville, and that's a two, like, what, does she think we don't go to class, or? Right, because even if I go, I have to miss class, yeah, and my work too. Like, it's not like, and it still makes me mad at PRS to say, because if we known that the age requirement was different, then we would never have had to settle for Nashville. But it's her plan all along, obviously.
Oh, next fall.
No, it's.
I don't
So you want to take
know,
both of them?
At mall, yeah.
The 420 class meets on Tuesday afternoon from 12:40 and it goes 2.5 hours.
I mean, cause I bet cause sometimes he doesn't
Now,
make the groups till
it's-
everyone does their
it's
disc
not
profile.
going to meet
Even if
every
you have like a
day.
little bit of each person in there,
The
so.
object of the course is for you to get sales experience.
Team two, team
Put on your
one,
resume,
team
yeah,
three,
that's
team
all I
two,
need. So you'll be
and then
selling,
over here,
Culling in
is
products,
team
both to businesses and consumers.
3 and 4.
and
Every team is
working on
affected
television.
on the 22nd,
So-
25th, except for.
I'm putting together the final schedule tonight. And I would
I don't know,
suspect
team
after
four.
spring break,
Okay.
at a minimum, we won't have to meet on Tuesdays.
Evaluations, you might see this time. and there's
You'll just
nothing like
identify when you wanna work.
second 2 days.
And then you'll work.
So we wouldn't
Because
be able
the
to
object is
go-
for you to make money. So when you sell things.
You'd
for
be able
companies,
to go
That's good, like getting jobs.
This is a real thing.
Is that an internship class that we were talking
That's
about?
Go the
I've got 5 slots
13th,
available.
yeah, the February 8th,
Tuesday.
his team will evaluate.
they present their mock SNP.
That's wait, you wait.
On
drugs
Wednesday?
class.
The 8th,
No. I've got
so the
5 slots
13th,
available. It starts tomorrow.
22nd, and 27th.
So if you wanna take it, you better be there tomorrow.
Sure.
I hate for you to miss the
Still
first
3
class.
days.
Cause
Or
I have
we
to drop
do
class
the
before,
22nd,
because it's
27th.
over 19.
Yeah, the only day we can't go is,
Oh, they won't
but
let
I don't
you?
know if
Yeah.
he's gonna.
I have to be allowed to drop the class first.
Oh, we talked about this. No, Rick won't let you.
Even if
do
you
that.
did put us,
Oh, really?
we'd still get to
Isn't
go.
that what he said
Even if
before?
we were on
Communication
4 and had to
Tuesday,
evaluate, we'd
63.
still have 3.
He won't allow
What
substitutes.
about
No,
That's
it's
5?
not him, and he said
I
he
think
didn't
five.
talk
Five is-
to department chair.
5? We'd only have to
communication
meet
team.
owners.
Well, if he says
Is it
yes,
one that
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
sure.
So what you ought to do
Like,
is
it's
just
just
come
really not
tomorrow.
fair because
It's
she
gonna
just
be in
made the
4:36.
schedule with him and she didn't give us any notice of when this
You
meeting
wanna
was.
say, hey, is this
What
okay?
do you do or not?
If it's
Yeah, all it was a CC'd email to him.
The point, I cannot go over 19.
I don't know, I don't really know how to handle this because I feel like,
I feel like she.
I'm confused. I'm confused. You said that he gave you permission, but you didn't go over
No,
19.
he didn't give me permission, he said he.
I just can't, like, I don't,
Oh, okay.
really don't wanna go
It's
to class
okay
and
with
have to
me
deal with her because
if you
all she ever does is
want
act
to take
for the
that
dumbest
class.
people in the world. And that's how she treats us.
Well, if you.
Yeah, I
get
think she does
permission,
too.
You'll
Yep.
miss the first class tomorrow.
Yes, she definitely does.
So, just show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have kids.
I see it.
Well, I was just gonna tell you, my medical deal, but I'll let you know, advance, cause that's
Okay,
up
so-
there in Chicago.
How do we even handle this? Like, I really don't.
One second.
Well, you know, I don't, how they approached it to you was not right, but my liver failed actually is what happened.
Failed.
It failed, and when I was in your class, it actually happened while the week, it happened the week, and obviously right where it happened, but it happened in your class, and
I mean,
I
it's
was,
good to have the days in some ways once they don't change. It's good to have them so we can tell them now, but
throat actually
it's
ruptured.
just really
It
frustrating.
popped a hole in it,
Because
and I was bleeding to death, so I was throwing
did
up
she
a
say
bunch of
Monday,
blood.
Wednesday were the days that they were
When I
the
got
best
there,
for
they said, "We
those
don't give
kids?
no
I thought it
blood
was different days than that.
transfusions Now he's not gonna make it, so that's why, how
That's
they
right.
approached you wasn't
Oh,
the right deal.
And I
I
thought
knew
Fridays
you
were
had
never
that.
good, but she put
Yeah.
2
So
Fridays
then
on. I mean,
so
why did we do more
Chicago,
Fridays
and
then?
then
If
take
they
my
think
jugular
those 2
vein
Fridays are
out,
fine, why did we do
and
more?
they had
Because that's what we told, I
reroute
could do.
my liver. So, yeah.
You're lucky to be alive.
Oh, yeah, they said
So,
that-
yeah, that's my
that I
point, so
should-
why are there two on here?
16
If there's two, then why don't we make it
is the only
4
person that's ever
Fridays?
lived without not having a,
class.
well, the liver is just gone, and then once you get on a transplant list, you're
So you
done,
got a
you're
transplant?
done. No, I
Introduction,
didn't have to.
newsletter, photo
But-
Got work
books,
in-
Friday,
Yeah,
February,
that's
I don't know
what
what that
I'm
means.
saying. 16 is
Black
the
Girls
oldest
Run
person
the
ever.
8th, cooking
Then
the
went down
13th.
127.
Nutritionist, cocoa field trip,
I'm the oldest
photo
person in the
voice.
world
I
now.
don't even know
Can
what
you
that
believe
is,
that?
thanks.
So-
22nd to 24th.
So I go and
Finale,
get blood
final
tests
newsletter, and
every
final
week.
surveys, 27th.
And if it's kind of, looks kind of weird, either I go to Louisville or I go to Chicago, but nothing's happened yet. So, but when I go to Chicago, I leave on Thursday, so that's what I was telling you, but I don't, it should.
We're just Monday, Wednesday.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Well, but anyways, sometimes I have to go to Louisville too, so I was just, I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Schedule it around your presentations.
Right, no, I'll let you know. Yeah, sorry, I didn't miss your file. Yeah, I was in, I had too many IVs.
As I said, Vic gets so mad about things sometimes too, and
So I'll let
she
you know.
scares me sometimes, I feel like she gets mad at me.
I was just wondering, I took the profile that you sent in the spring, is that the same profile or is it a completely different one?
No, if you took it in the spring, and
Because, like I've never taken any of your classes before.
It's just
so
like
you
we don't know
wanted
what to
notice
do,
me, and I
because
just
she's the
for-
one, she's the
yeah,
person who works with the group.
right.
So I've
I
already
told
taken
her I would
that one,
imagine,
but
she didn't
so
tell us
take
till
that one then.
3 days
Okay.
before.
Does it just, I just go in and print it out or?
Yeah, you ought to be able to, they, once you completed it, it sent you an email.
So
that-
Yeah.
basically, she just basically
Just
did
go
it
on
so
there
she
and
can
print
have,
it.
she wants to have
Okay,
complete
I just
control
wanted
over
to
it.
make sure that.
Then she also wants to tell us we're not doing anything.
Yep.
Why are you in so much of a hurry? You took personal selling in the summer and then.
Well,
Boom.
no, it's not necessarily that, it's, I'm a communications major and a performing arts administration minor. And I finished my minor last spring, I finished my major in the fall, and I still needed 7 hours to graduate. So I would have just had to take 7 hours of electives, but whenever I met my advisor, I was already 9 hours. Into the 18 hours, I needed for the sales minor, so I'm just taking all this semester. I took 325 up to the
I
winter.
don't know, the
and
introduction
now I'm just
and
taking
finale would probably seem
425
like
and
would
then
be
they,
the
I
biggest
guess
thing.
the 420 as my
But
elective.
I don't know, I don't
So
know,
I'll be finished.
I don't even
in the
know
spring,
introduction,
but I
like,
Good. Okay.
the third, that's not a problem, but.
Problem.
Yeah. We are in a group with one of the most unreasonable, so we want to do a
Is
presentation
this
to
this
her in
capstone
class.
thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
This girl is very unreasonable and has structured the entire project around her schedule and her needs and not consulted the rest of the group. Is there any way possible that you could put us on the same team
Oh, yeah.
and that team before? Cause she has
Oh.
the date, she has the dates
She has the
that we
date
have.
set,
And
and we don't have to go to everything,
Let's
but
see, I did assign the teams, but but you guys need to be on, just send me an email and tell me the team you need to be on.
yeah, we think 4 would be the least conflict based on the dates she had on there, but.
Well, then you can always go early in the class session. So she's gonna take a half an hour, no, 15 minutes off of every class.
What? No, we have to do this capstone for our PR class, and our client is in Nashville. So she has set up 6 different times, and we have to go to Nashville and back. But this is for our class, you know.
this is our big shebang.
Right, but she's taking control of everything, and we had to choose a client, we didn't have a choice, and so she decided we couldn't just go one time like most groups do.
Yeah.
So,
6.
but we're not going every time, for sure, but
Just
that's what she scheduled it as, so. It's just, if it was in Bowling Green, that wouldn't be a problem, it's just the fact that it's gonna take us over an hour to get there and back with getting there, and
It's very frustrating.
so.
So in how many class sessions will there be a problem?
Was it the 8th and 13th?
The 8th, 13th, 22nd, 27th are when she had it scheduled, I mean,
But
we
didn't
probably, I'm not
go to
gonna,
all.
cause there's 2 on Fridays that we could definitely go to, so I mean, we don't have to go to all 6, that's, I mean, she probably will,
The
but
professor has to understand that.
we can't, yeah, so.
The only problem would be, if we were on team 4, would be the 8th. and that is when we would be evaluating team two.
And presenting.
Oh, if you're just evaluating? No.
And then presenting a.
If you're just evaluating, other people can evaluate.
Okay. So we need to be there on the 8th because we're doing our mock SNPs, but the 13th.
And the other 2 dates,
Yeah.
Okay. So the 8th would be.
That's really our biggest,
And that one we can be here for
So
that.
send me an email.
Okay.
If it's only one, and the subject on that day is
The mock SNP.
mock SNP,
Yes,
well, that's not a problem. You can switch.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be the only,
Yeah, that's not a problem. And that's a minor little presentation. It's just the logic of your presentation. Okay.
So yeah, makes us a lot better because, I mean, it's still gonna be stressful for the reasons, because having to go to Nashville.
backwards. See you Wednesday.
Sounds great.
Have a nice
Bye.
evening.